View of my clown pico. This is a good kind to get. They stay small. He's only about 2 or 3 inches long. There's my finger. He's a little guy. They stay small and do a pretty good job, I guess. Had him for a long time. He's not a dog or a cat or a chicken. But we're going to look at what else is in my tanks today on Rinda's Chicken Scratch. Well, let's see if this is going to work now. This is my 58-gallon aquarium with a bunch of fish, and these are real plants in it. I have the light turned down because it glares off the plants right now, and the colors are better with this camera, I guess. Molly's up front wondering if I'm going to come feed them. They've had plenty to eat, and the Serpe tetras, and some Daniels rushing about, and an angel in the corner over there. She's the last one I've got. Ooh, you can see the tail of the rainbow shark right there. Right there. Tail of the rainbow shark. And there's my, there she is. The emerald Cory came out. She is very old. Corys are supposed to live about 10 years. This one is pushing 16, and she's all alone, and they're not a fish that really likes to be alone, but don't tell her that. So can you have a tank like this with no fertilizers, real plants, no fertilizers, no CO2? Can it be done? Well, mine is, but frankly, the answer is maybe. Let me tell you what it's taken for me to have a tank like this with no fertilizers and no CO2. Well, one thing is I've been doing it for over 20 years. So I have a bit of experience with this kind of a thing, knowing what to do and what not to do. And over those 20 years, I bought a lot of plants. And these are my surviving plants that have not died on me over the years. So to get this amount of plants, I've bought quite a lot more plants. I think more plants have died on me than I even have in here. So yeah, it can run up a bit over the years. These are the ones that have survived. The biggest thing I think that has made this possible for me is I have well water. My tank never looked half this good when I was on city water with this, you can treat it with the chlorine and the chloramines and all that, and you can have a decent tank, but you really need fertilizers and CO2. But the well water here has really what's been the biggest key in having a tank like this that's been so nice and even looking this good. And so that's one of the biggest thing right there, well water. And plants were so happy when I put them in well water, even though it is hard water here in New Mexico, it is well water. And that just made a big difference. You also have to have the right kind of filtration. Make sure you don't put any chemical filtration. No carbon, the black stuff in your filter. Mechanical and biological only. That's one of the secrets, really. Make sure you have the right kind of filtration. And the substrate. What you grow it in matters. Make sure you get a substrate that's good for aquarium plants. And not the usual gravel stuff. This particular substrate I've had for a long time, and I've mixed some of my other substrate in there from my 29-gallon that I have since retired. And I'll show you a picture of that. The lighting. Right now I've got LED lighting on this, but you have to make sure it's got the red, green, blue lights on it with the white. Just a white light will not grow plants. This has been an experiment. This is the first LED light that I've had. My plants seem to really like it. And I can adjust the colors, and it's working really well for me. But with other lighting, you got to have enough of it and the right kind. So if you have at least most of those parameters, you can have a tank that's all nice and lush with no fertilizers and no CO2. But let me mention, even this tank, well, even my tank, especially my tank, I suppose, it would look way better even if I did put fertilizers and CO2 in it. I haven't, because I haven't been able to the last few years. I really much rather put fertilizers and CO2 in it. But I haven't been able to, so this is just what I've had. But it would look much better if I could, if I did.